everyone. It's a pleasure to share space with you today. As Vanessa mentioned, I'm Chelsea, and I'll be presenting on behalf of the body diversity subgroup. So, for context, our subgroup is really interested in understanding body diversity as a factor in limiting sport uptake and perpetuating sport dropout. But we realize that there's been some inconsistencies with how body diversity has been conceptualized, how it's been researched. And so we wanted to start here in understanding exploring the meaning and experience of body diversity, particularly among girls and gender diverse youth. And so to share some of the key learnings, at first, I guess I should mention that this also was a qualitative study with girls and gender diverse youth ages 12 to 18 years across, open to youth across Canada. And some of the major learnings is that, first of all, body diversity is more than just body size, weight, shape, or any other physical appearance related characteristic. The youth helped us to understand that is also about the identities and the abilities in terms of skill levels that we see include and really support in the space. They also helped us to understand that even though youth with diverse bodies or bodies considered to be non normative in the space of sport are oftentimes given access, uh, participation for them is often, it doesn't feel meaningful because they still have to navigate experiences of like discomfort, scrutiny, and exclusion. And I think that leads into the third lesson that the youth really wanted us to understand. Body diversity must be central. It's a central consideration in sport that we should really think about from the outset. It shouldn't come in afterwards as an afterthought. And so they also shared with us some important actions, and I've limited them to these two broad areas today. What first being leading with intentionality. I've shared a quote from one of the youth that said, it's really about the intention, right? Making sure it's already made so that you don't feel like an afterthought. And this, for example, can mean having more flexible uniform options in terms of sizing and design, more diverse opportunities to play, whether that means grouping youth by similar skill levels or having opportunities for gender diverse teaming, expanding participation norms so that not only youth who meet the ideals or sport specific ideals, for example, thinness, muscularity, being toned, having a body that is considered to be more advanced in terms of skill or experience, not only these youth have opportunities to play. The youth also talked about more diverse representation in terms of leadership and mentorship as one way to show that intentionality was put in from the outset. They also talked about also embedding inclusion in everyday sport culture, because even though representation is important, it's really that inclusive culture that makes a difference. So whether that's coaching practices that are more responsive to difference, having more supportive, non-judgmental interactions in sport, normalizing body diversity so it becomes a natural part of sport culture, and also supporting effort and potential, not just advanced skills and more experience. So, with that, I wanted to share this quote. 1 minute. I want to share this quote that really stood out to me from one of the youth that says, the system should cater to people, not people catering to the system. And with that, I leave with this reflection question of what would need to change in your context or the subgroup in which you do your work for youth. Oh, yeah, sorry. What would need to change if youth sport were designed to fit youth versus asking youth to fit sport? And so, with that, I say thank you. And in terms of next steps, we are in that phase of preparing our publication. And also, I recently was awarded a grant specifically to mobilize this research. So, we're in the process of recruiting a youth advisory group to help us develop a practical recommendations guide, infographics, and also sell films where youth will record like 1 minute videos sharing what body diversity in sport means to them and how we can make more sport more inclusive for people with diverse bodies. Thank you.